second round after our second interruption. Now, I'm coming into this with a light shade of a gray, because like I said, the eye is really never really a, it's not really white. Some say, oh, the white of the eye is white. No, it's not white. Investigate it. If you think I'm wrong, go ahead. Prove me wrong. Prove me that it's not white. Okay, it's like a gray. There's even yellowing depending upon the person. So in Grisaille, what you can do, like I said, man, this brush is very uncooperative, but that's okay. With uncooperative, it gives you a looser stroke, which is okay. Sometimes looser strokes are better. It's less detail and it's not as picky. And actually, some of the best paintings, I told you there's this artist that I admire his work. His name is Repin, Ila Repin. One of his portraits that he did of a writer, it hangs in the Metropolitan, and oh my goodness, that is totally my art goal. His work is incredible. You go up to it and it looks like abstraction. When you step back, it looks like complete reality. It looks like a photograph from a distance. It's insane how he does that. But it's not always about itty bitty detail. It's more about what it looks like from a distance. So if you could get used to a looser stroke, honestly, than to get really picky detailed, I'm telling you, you probably have better chances with your work because you'll be used to it. So right there's kind of like the Grisaille part. Let it dry. In the meantime, I'll go ahead and I'll do the I'll do a nose, and I'll use a different color. Why not? We'll go with the Avatar look. Or if not Avatar, some other form. So I'll start off, let's say, with the nose, like I usually do, a light kind of shade there. And then I will divide it, and like I did before, I'm going to do a different style nose. The lower part, I'm going to make it subtly darker, so I'm going to pop a little bit more of that red in there towards the bottom, just to make this darker. And over here, I'm going to go ahead and let it stay the shade that it was prior to me adding in the red. Okay. Then on this side, I'll keep it pretty much a bright yellow. Just like so. And now I start thinking about, okay, I gotta make a nose now. So I'll grab my red and try to manipulate this darn brush to work smaller and more detailed. And I will hit my edges to go back in space, slightly darker. And I will then come into, let's say, the nose, nostril area, a little darker. And I could, eventually I will hit it up a little bit, even more darker than that. And I'll let that lower part kind of disappear and get darker too. And then I will also hit up this area in here, but not as bright. That was a little too bright. So I'm going to knock it down, fade it a bit, get a little darker shadow on this side here. And then another thing too, this is your lighter area. It's more pronounced. This is going back, this is going back. So you want to make sure the color is different. Always think, what's coming out to me? What's going back in space? Constantly keep that in mind. If you're drawing from, like here I'm drawing from my head, so I think about that a lot. If you're working from photographs or if you're working from a person, Um, I would say make sure the lighting is good. I prefer a bit of drama in your composition. Play around with lighting. Play around with, well, that's when we get there. Okay, we're not there yet. We're almost there. Because right now we're doing the practice to get us there, okay? So gently make those side areas a little bit darker. I went a little too much, so I'm gonna bring back some yellow in here just to bring it back a bit. And then here too, I'm gonna fade that out a bit. Okay, and I'll pop my white value up in here. The cool thing too, you guys are lucky who are painters. You could always go over things, you know, you could always fix it. Kids that are working with the other mediums, they don't have that luxury. But yet with my painters, you could literally paint one painting and do something completely different. I'm trying to make a purple here. All right, yeah, that's a decent purple there, but I don't want it too strong. So I'm gonna knock some of my red up in there so it doesn't come out too dark. And I'm gonna hit it just inside there. Just in here a bit. And maybe tweak it a little there and a little there. Sorry it's not, you know, it's not very smooth. It's a little brushy, but that's okay, you know. We're working with a different brush, and this brush is not the best of a brush, but it's all right. Gotta work with it. Actually, sometimes it's kind of fun to do that, so you don't get picky. To work with a brush that may not be the best brush, so that way it's a little looser. It's good to go loose. Looser, you'll get faster, and some of the best paintings, they're not done detailed. Look at John Singer Sargent's work. If you get a chance, look up John Singer Sargent. The man is incredible. Sorry, I got into brown because of the purple. Purple and yellow will make brown. So I'm trying to get this back again. And I'm not going to because my brush is too, that's okay. We'll add up some brown in there. Why not? So make it brown. Why not? Add the brown. It wants me to, so might as well. That's okay. And now here, I want to add up, yeah, there we go. I want more transition. I don't want it just to be, so right there, we did our little paint routine with 3 different colors and using the nose, okay? Now this eye, okay, I gave it some time to dry. There's a reason, because now, let's say I want to switch it up and I want to put some fleshy tones in there. I could literally take a red or like an orange shade right up on top if I want to, but not white. White will tend to create a different value. And work with a glaze right on top of that. I basically didn't have to do any work. What was under it did the work for me, okay? That's the luxury of working with grisaille, the black and white, and then you just pop glazes on top of that, of the shade. It's like colorizing a photo. That's the best way I could describe it. You're adding pigment right on top of the value, and you're doing it in transparent veil of a way. So you're literally putting it right on top of what's there. And if there's no white in your pigment, it should take on what's underneath it, okay? And you won't have to work too hard. Now you may have to tweak it a bit, like just now when that went over it, for some reason it was a little too, I don't know, maybe it was the opacity it needed a little bit more, but it gave it a different kind of, you could say, a darker value. Now, so right here we have, like I said, the nose that we did in the analogous tones, and then we did this eye in grisaille, okay? Hopefully, yeah, I need a light on the other side just so you can see it a bit better. Okay. Now, what else? Now the mouth. Okay, let's do a mouth, and let's do, I want to make sure it's all on camera. Don't want to lose anything here. Okay, a mouth form. Here we go. And I'll keep it kind of light. And I like to work with the orange. Orange is a lighter shade, and sometimes it's a little bit easier. Like I said, the two triangles very lightly, put them in, and then the next stage is to now go into your light and dark, and to get into the shape. Things that go back in space get dark. Things that come out to you get light. Trying to get a brown. All you need to make brown is a little yellow and purple, and that should give you a brown. Okay, so right up in there, I want some brown. Over here, I want some brown. And right over here, I want some brown. Just so that will go back in space. And I always tackle what's around it first, and then I bring out the other parts, so to speak. That's a little too dark. I'm gonna lighten up, but I want it to be different than this shade up here. But yet now I want to get back into my other tone. There we go. Yeah, it's more of a light shade of with yellow in it. Yeah, yellow and a little bit of red and white will get you a peachy kind of tone, so to speak, if you need a peachy tone. And this brush is not allowing me to do detail. It wants to, it has its own mind. Okay. There we go. Now it's letting me get a little bit of a line there, but just along there. Here, I want to get a little tad bit lighter. I've noticed with lips, like right in here it gets light. Here, sometimes there's a ridge that shows around the mouth that makes it slightly lighter just along that edge. Get a purple, darker shade of brown. Oh, there we go. Finally. Okay, now it's coming. And it's not doing, brush is not being cooperative, but that's okay. I'll try to do it best way I can in a brushy way. Brushiness is not bad. And now work with a little bit of light to push that further out. It'll be light up in here too. Light up in there, light over here, and then area here, and get my brown in there a bit. Right about there. That should get on the brown side, not mustache, but brown, darker shade. And you'll have a light, a dark, depending upon where the person is in lighting, so to speak. So you might have a light, you'll have a dark, in here most probably, and then darker along here, and probably here a little lighter, just along here as it gets lighter. I mean, I could go in detail if I wanted to, like just along here, there's usually like a little cusp of a little bit of darkness, like right up in there. Little darkness in there a bit, if you get into details. But like I said, details, they're important, but not that much. Only if only if your work is about the details, then yeah, go for it. But like I said, look at John Singer Sargent. You will see. Matter of fact, I'll bring him up. Hopefully by next class, I'll have a slide thing ready for you, showing you some painters that work with portraiture. I already have some, but I'll get a few more together. But John Singer Sargent is definitely an artist to look at when it comes to, you could say realism with a, I don't know, a brushy kind of effect of a look. There we go. Yeah, my brush is not cooperating with me, but that's okay. I'll try to make it work. I want to get darker in there. Okay. There we go. Just along there, and there, and here, you want to get darker. And this area here, you want some more lightness, but not that bright. Just along there, and just along here, and maybe right there. Just a little bit of lightness. And so, that brings you to the mouth. So you can see that a bit. Okay. And now the ears in paint. Let's do an avatar ear. Why not? Let's go into blues and purples. Okay, ear. Starting off with, make sure I'm on camera both ways, like that. This goes into that interesting channel. This little, I don't know what it's called. And then this is like a round ball. This is like a round ball if you were to analyze it. This goes back in space. Now, just like you would in watercolor, you know, think about what's going back in space, what's getting dark. Quickly sketch that in. And usually, another thing, hold your brushes at least from a distance when you work. It's a little bit better. I was crunching a little bit too much, but because I'm trying to, you know, detail it for you a bit more instead of making it loose. But work with your brush at a distance would be a better thing for you. Don't work with it so close. So now, go into my lights and darks. Oh wait, I promised an avatar ear, so let me blue it up. Let me make some blue. So now I'll go in and I'll play, making my lights and darks, building my forms. Remember we talked about my ball shaped form kind of thing, ball shaped form. So you want light. You want a dark on the edges as they go back. This you want dark. And you want this area darker. Oh, goodness. It's not working for me, but that's okay. We'll make it work. We'll make it happen. Even the most dingiest brushes can sometimes create beautiful paintings. Just gotta work with it. And sometimes less control is better sometimes. Like I said, Singer Sargent, you gotta look at his work. It's incredible. His work is so, it looks like from a distance his work is detailed. Then you go close to it and you go, oh my God, it's so loose. That honestly is the gift in painting. If you could do that, man, you're a painter. Somebody had a question? Hello? Thought I heard something. Maybe not. Okay. And also, guys, let me know if I'm off camera because I don't see what you guys see. Ooh, oops, by mistake I picked up black. I was not supposed to pick up black. It's okay. Get it back to blue. Okay, so bring that back. It gets darker. This gets darker. So now I'm popping in. See, I first had that initial shade. All that initial shade is there for us to let me know what's going to be dark, what's going to be light. It's like that. It's the underpainting. Remember the underpainting thing I talked about? That's how you can work. And have fun. Have fun with each part. Make them pointed. Do gauges. Look at the upper level people. I gave you some different types of each part, okay? Follow those. Matter of fact, hint, hint, I actually gave you something that's done in college. Yeah. It's called the Bark Studies. There was a realist school that happened in London. And man, with these guys, incredible people. A lot of them were called the Orientalists, and a lot of them were called, what was the other word? The Raphaelites. They were into amazing paintings that they were just so, like, it looked like it was detailed, but it really wasn't. Like I said, look at Singer Sargent. You'll never probably look at another artist after that. Everybody looks pale next to his work because he nails it. He gets Bouguereau also. Bouguereau is another painter that totally nails it. Yes.
I have to go to New Gibbons for my next class.
No, your next class is at 12:10. Yeah, your next class is at 12:10. Is your teacher meeting early?
Oh, well, I just meet there early. I'm just like an early bird gets worm.
Oh, wait, is that Haley? Haley, right? Haley?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're fine because I already taught you. You're okay. All right.
Yeah, I thought this was for drawing.
No. This part is for the painters, okay? Yeah,
Okay.
you could go. You don't have to stay. Yeah. I thought you had questions for me. All right, so my painters, that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna have fun painting away, creating your eyes, your ears, your nose, your mouth, okay? And that's what you gotta do, okay? Any questions from my painters? Questions from my painters? All right, so my painters, you know what's due, you know what you gotta do. I am going to review a bit next class, and if you guys have any questions, I'll demo. If you don't have questions, I won't demo. All right, so go read teams, read what you gotta do. And I left you no homework for this week, so you're going to be painting and drawing your eyes, your ears, your nose, your mouth, and you're going to be getting them done. Yay! And with no real stress and pressure, hopefully, because I gave you no homework, okay? All right, so go be fruitful, go multiply, go do your work. And if you don't need me anymore, I'll see you till next class, okay? Because I'm really...
Wait.
Yes.
If any word again, I'm sorry.
Wait, hold on. Let me stop. Who's talking?
Tashika,
Okay, hey Tashika, how are you?
I'm good.
Okay, so what is your question, sweetheart? Again,
And I still do. Wait, can you hear me?
it's really hard to hear you. Yeah, it's really hard to
Can you
hear
hear me
you.
better?
Yes, that's better.
Okay. I said I had not completed any work since the second I started. Can I still do the works and turn them in?
Yes, dear. I have been very nice during COVID. Okay. If you remember, I was not so nice. Okay. You know me. I used to take down letter grades and yeah. But at this point right now, because we are in COVID, I am being nice. But please don't let it drag out till, I expect it done within this quarter. And I expect it done within that, within the time frame of when the grades are due, okay? So get it to me before then, of course. Don't give it to me the last day, okay, of the grading period, all right?
Okay,
All
thank
right.
you.
Thank you, you're welcome. And happy to see you back here and happy to see you trying to be productive, I like that. Guys, these are trying times and I know being at home is not easy to learn. It's not the perfect environment. And I know that, okay? So try to make it work. We're all trying to make it work, okay? Any other questions? Questions?
I sent you an email earlier during class.
Oh, yes, 2 point, right? 2 point.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't know what happened with that.
Okay, let's find out. Okay, what class, it was for which class? Okay, in period 4.
Portfolio.
Portfolio. Okay, so the name
Because I
of,
remember I turned it in after like things were going on with the flash flood,
yes, okay.
and then my power always went out and
Okay.
in, so I don't know if that
I know.
affected it in some way.
I'm
but-
telling you, we have a year of crazy things and crazy events, don't we? Okay, here we go. So you're in portfolio drawing honors, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so let me click in there and let me go to grades. Yeah, and please make sure, because you're in one class though. I don't have you in 2 classes, right?
No.
Okay, so there's no confusion there then. All right, and this is for the 2 point perspective, which was week 8 and 9. Hold on. I don't see anything. Here,
No.
I'll say hello. I'll say not here, okay? And I'll send it back to you. That's where it's supposed to be. Now, hold on, let me just double check. Yep, that's the 2 to 5 pointer. That's where it should be. You never uploaded it. It's not there.
It's not there?
Mm-mm.
Did you get my then I'll turn that in. I have it
Okay.
right next to me.
No worries.
Did you get my part 1 for the contours?
Hold on, I'll tell you. Classwork, okay, that was week number 11 through 12. Okay,
Yeah.
here it goes. Again, not
No?
here. Yeah, it's not there at all. Nothing's there. Darling, I'm gonna tell you something, and I know it happens to me. I have done things on my phone thinking that it would go through, and sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know if you're doing it by phone or sometimes even the tablet. For some reason, with this program, you've got to be on a computer, and it's very frustrating.
Yeah, I was on my phone.
That might have been it. That might have been it. I don't know what it is, but I even, can I tell you what I did? I even got rid of Teams, and then I installed it again, thinking that that would switch the problem. It didn't. No. It's frustrating. This program, for some reason, you gotta be at a computer or a laptop. It works on a laptop and it works on a computer. Forget about iPad, forget about the phone, because it doesn't work. Or it works intermittently, like, I guess whenever your data is not used or something. I don't know. I don't know the dynamics of that, but it's very frustrating. Okay? So upload it and I'll grade it, no problem.
Alright then. I'll do it right now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. All right, I'm here if you need me. I'll be here on this darn computer till 12:10. Okay? You want to come back in? You want to stay? Whatever you want to do. Okay? I'm here.